Audio check, audio check, audio check. Alright. It's probably good. Can monitor. Okay, so back with I don't know what to play. I fired up this game just because it's chill. You don't have to work your brain so hard, kind of, so I'll do it for that. Okay, look. I just watched. You ever go through your movie catalog and just watch something just randomly? And then before you know it, you've watched like the entire thing? Happens to me all the time. Got a set list of movies I just can't ever forget. They are in my mind. The movies that I could not shake off. I think they're, in many ways, I didn't recognize it at first, but something drew them to me. Something drew me to them, sorry. And over time, the more you watch them, the more I watched them, sorry, the more I think I like them. I think they're great. And one of those movies is Heat. 1995. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. At one point, this entire movie was on YouTube. I kid you not. For like weeks and weeks on end. No one cared at the time. I don't know. The entire film. Maybe it is today. I don't know what's up with that. It stars Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. Everyone remembers their talk in the diner as one of the most wonderful scenes ever. And it's like, okay, you go check it out. Maybe you just watch that scene in isolation. You're like, what was that about? I can relate. That's what I did too. I'm like, what's the fucking big deal about the car? But boy, if you're into the movie and understand, I guess, I don't want to sound like so fucking elitist, like if you understand it, like I'm some special club. I don't try to be in any clubs. I hope anyone realize, I fucking hate clubs. I do. I mean, not that I hate them, I just, well, I do. I've hated clubs since I was a kid. But anyway, enough about that. Forget that. I want to talk about the movie. It's great. Same shit that makes why didn't they fix this bug? It's a damn game. I don't understand. What is wrong with Expedition 33? Please. They patched it and it still does this? Man. I said though, my bet is this company will unravel. Success will unravel them. I kid you not. There will be internal fighting over who gets the money. Unless the guy who runs the ship is running a really tight ship, everyone's going to think, well, it was my fucking work that made this successful and they want a bigger piece of the pie. So unless the guy was very careful about who gets what, if it succeeds, and it is enforced by legal contracts, there will be a lot of infighting, a lot of friends who don't like each other anymore. I don't know. I've seen it happen time and time again. It is just the way people are. There's nothing you can do about that. Hey, if it breaks apart families, it'll break apart companies. Guaranteed. Need the enforcement of law to keep people in their place, so to speak. Depends on whose side you're on, though, of course. Anyway, movie Heat. I don't want to get off topic. This movie is fucking fantastic. The characters, some people, okay, the other famous scene is the shootout in downtown Los Angeles, which some have portrayed as, some have lauded as the most realistic bank robbery shoot-up scene in the history of filmmaking. And some have said that's ridiculous. The blah 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 is not real. The debate will rage on forever. It will never end. Oh boy, I'll wait. It must be doing shaders. I think it's doing shaders. Because my hard drive's going crazy. I think. I hope. Anyway, the debate will never end on is it realistic or not, although it is an interesting read on Reddit. One thing I will say again, it is not a... whatever. I don't want to talk about that. The scene, watching it again, at least I felt it was extremely real. Like, I could smell that bank. I'm telling you. Like, you know, you could feel the weight of the cash. You know, that, you know, dragged on the floor like that. And then when Val Kilmer, he was praised by some military guys, kid you not, for the way he was reloading his gun and shit. Then the purists are saying, well, look, count the ammo, it's not realistic. Okay, we get it. You're very clever for pointing that out, but like, do you think that people who made the film, who did all that research, don't know about the ammo count? Like, it's a detail they wanted to omit because it would get in the way of making the film. This kind of thing I don't really care too much about. It's great you're a gun nut and you know the ammo counts for specific guns, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's all that important. So anyway, the point being that the way he stands, I thought, when he's shooting the gun was... It stands out to me. I don't know how to, you know, because... You see, like, it gives weight to the shooting. Like, when he fires a gun, it's what the Newton's third law. If the gun is very powerful, there will be an opposite effect on the body of the person shooting the gun, and he's bracing as he shoots it. I do believe it was... Forget the realism part, it added weight to his shots, so to speak, and the violence of it. And also, I thought the sound of the guns was really... You know how, like, in video games, because you're going to hear the sound again and again, they do make the sounds very pleasant, so to speak. They're beautiful to listen to, alright? No moral thing aside, they're just really... It's a pleasant sound, I would say. But in the movie... the gunfire in the movie was quite loud, like loud and very grating on the ears. Like, I don't want to listen to this for more than like 10 minutes is my feeling, okay? And from my very limited experience of listening to what a gunshot sounds like in real life, that's how it feels. It's not fun at all. I thought it would be fun. My uncle took me to a shooting range once in Texas. I fucking hated it. I don't see the appeal. It is loud, noisy. The guns are not at all what they are like in video games, and I swore I'll never touch one of those things again, cause it's not fun. Right? I mean, that's a basic thing. It's just not fun. There's a lot of power, a lot of chemical power in those things that make me feel very uncomfortable, so to speak. And so like they express that very well in the movie, I think, by the sound. They don't go, how do we make the gunshots sound cool or pleasant? They go, well, what does it kind of feel like in real life? It's unpleasant and very loud and very like annoying in a way. So I thought that scene was very good for that, and the way they set up for the robbery, how do I know if this is real or not? But at least they add a bit of realism to it, I suppose. And the way they scope out the place first, and the way Macaulay gives that "I'm a nice guy" kind of virtue signaling thing. You know, if you got heart problems or whatever, you know, you can lean against the wall. So he cares about people. You see, this is where the great moral ambiguity sets in. Who is the good guy in this movie, if there is one? Is it the criminal or it's the cop? Because from what I can tell, the cop, the Macaulay, the mastermind criminal as in like he was the guy stealing money, he's saying things like, okay, if you got heart problems and that shit, leaning against the wall, he's saying, he's trying to calm the fears of the people being robbed, saying, "Don't you worry about your money. It's insured by the federal government. You will not lose a dime." He cares about the people. You see, a little bit. Of course, he's the one inflicting this thing first, but you see what that fucking guy, Hannah, the Al Pacino guy. This must be unrealistic, I think. Why the fuck would he stage a gunfight? Like, would you not just wait patiently and let them get away, and then to initiate a gunfight? I guess it was by accident, right? Because they spooked Van Kilmer. Okay, maybe I take it back. They spooked him out, and he fired the first shot, and then... Okay, that's pretty brilliant that way when I think about it. Anyway, whatever. The scene was brilliant. I don't know. I don't even know how to... It's so good. But only, like, at my... When I was younger, I didn't like it, though. A bit too, uncomfortable, I would say. But it's not just that. The movie, I felt had such great characters. And I think, just like Expedition 33, and what I heard about writing, it is made very clear what every character really wants. Okay? And I believe, like, the appeal of games like Path of Exile, Minecraft, Terraria, the so-called open world games, is that you do not feel the heavy hand of the developer telling you how you should do things. They're telling you what to do. They're giving you the objective. But how you go about doing it, that's your own business. Alright? But just play by the rules. We've set the rules. We've set the objective. Now it's all up to you. Okay? Just don't break the rules. And there's something very marvelous about this. I don't know what it is. There's not really a word for it, I think. You call it an open world game, but that term can be used very loosely, so to speak. I think you could use the word bottom-up design, meaning that I only set a certain set of parameters for how this world is going to be, and what comes out of it, even the creator himself does not know. I think it could be expressed like that. The other way to do the game is, like, as I always use, the best example is Uncharted. I don't like that game. The Nathan Drake series. It is basically a movie, and you are basically playing... When you play the game, don't you feel the guy who made it is like watching you play going, that's right, you climb up here, that's exactly right, you shoot him there. What room for player expression is there in a game like that, right? If you climb the wrong way, no, wall. Go that way, no, wall. And I have seen this, I want to break the walls down behavior in my own 6-year-old daughter. I kid you not. She's playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. She loves it. I think it was 8. She was 8 though, or 9 when she played it. And I kid you not, the one thing she wanted to do, I don't believe the world boundaries end at the borders. And she's like trying her darndest to get around the outer edge of the circle. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, right? I mean, don't you understand that's the edge? She doesn't believe it. She wants to think there's a world beyond that. You know, that is the essence of it, isn't it? That there's something more beyond what the creator may have intended, and there's just this irresistible urge to discover it. And if you could introduce that element in any game, I believe it would be a success, because people are just dying for that. They have to be, I think, the graphics have to appeal to them, of course. I mean, they have to be drawn to your world. If not that, then they wouldn't care. But I mean, if they do care, and they sense that there's some kind of thing that they can break in the game, or they can go past the boundaries, I think that has appeal. But you know what I also think that is an indicator of? Criminal activity. I kid you not. If you want to go through life committing 0 crimes, breaking no walls down, okay, now, it doesn't, when you say crime, don't want you to picture murdering people. I mean, like, earning money in a way your grandma would not approve of. Put it that way. Alright? Like, you want to follow the corporate rule. You know, you go into a big company, you do things by the book, you're protected by the company, you're harmless, no one looks at you, no one cares about what you do so much, you pay your taxes, you go through life, it's done, your life. You made no waves, you had your family, and it's over, right? Or you do things people didn't expect you would do, and it surprises people. I don't know how much you want that, but I know I want that. Maybe I haven't been honest with myself, but I do want that. I've always wanted that. And a game is an outlet for that because I can't achieve it in real life so often. And that's what it is, right? Kind of. So, anyway, how did I get drawn into that fucking tangent? I have no clue. Right. So, in a movie too, I think a good movie is also like, okay, we set the stage with characters. We tell you what they want, as that's okay, right? And then we just kind of hit the play button in a simulator. See what happens. And so every action after that has to be believable and plausible. There is no hand of the creator, so to speak, in any of this. It just kind of plays out however it should play out. And as long as the people and what they do and their motivations and their reasons and how they react are believable, then it is a wonderful movie. It's a great story, isn't it, after all? And without these elements, I think the movie will fall flat. And, you know, it just seems to be like a common trait that these movies often use the zoomed-in lens. They really focus on the fate, the expressions, and the emotions of the characters in the movie. Whether it's been, you know, crime, shooting, violence, no violence, thriller, you know. They portray, they really want to capture. And I guess that's why casting is so important, because if they don't cast it right, that thing just falls flat. You know, you don't believe it anymore. I don't believe it. So, you know, and of course hypocrisy is great, right? Because if they have to have some fault in them, don't they? Otherwise it's not believable, because who the hell is perfect in this world, right? So, you know. So, I mean, there's so many things I felt in that movie. I just couldn't. I think it was brilliant, that movie. Let's go one by one. I mean, first of all, I think both Charlene and Edie, the two females, are so realistic. I think they're realistic. I don't know. I'm not an authority figure on this. I just think they're real. Charlene has a child married to a criminal. But you ever notice, like, she's not really in love with her husband, right? Kind of, it feels like. She wants the money and security, after all. I did read once that, after all, what women want is to be two things. Number one is to be desired, but even more to be desired is to feel safe. Like to be secure. And they get that from a man, I think, obviously. Whether it's monetary security or just security of just basically like, you know, the guy's going to protect me if something goes wrong. That's very appealing to them. I mean, they have a hard-on for that, I'm telling you. They do. And she wants security, not enough money coming in, so she's kind of like, okay, I'm looking around, I'm shopping around, you know? It's wonderful. Like, there's a scene where Neil talks to him in Neil's house, which is wonderfully portrayed. You never forget it. It's a completely vacant, beautiful house with no furniture. It's just got coffee and this weird, like, view to the ocean. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's so empty, yet I can't do it. Whoever designed that set is pretty good. And, you know, Neil goes to him like, you know, what... Basically, you know, Van Kilmer's character is defined by his puppy love, I guess you would call it, for Charlene. I mean, he adores her. He even says it, man. I just beautifully said, for me, the sun rises and sets with her. And then Neil just looks at him and goes like, okay, I understand. You know, you just love this woman so much, right? I mean, you need her so much, right? And you know, it defines, by him saying that, it makes you understand everything he does afterwards, right? But Charlene's more interested in security and wanting to raise her child properly, which I think a lot of women, is the thing, man. Women get married, that's what they want, man. They want the security, I think now, and they want, now I got financial leverage over you. I've got you locked in. Hopefully you want me enough because I look pretty and all that. I do what you want. I cook for you. I do believe it was the porn star Ai Sugiyama from a very long time ago. It says the secret to a man is through his stomach. Basically, you feed him. You feed him good food. He loves your food. He will never leave. Kind of a thing. Which is why when girls say like, I want you to, they want to give you food and all that. When they do that, it signals something. It means, well, you can figure it out, right? So, anyway, getting sidetracked here, but Neil asks him, "You got anything on the side?" He wants to check the situation out, like a very, how do I say, experienced man himself. And then, "She got anything on the side?" And he's like, "No way, right?" And she does, right? Which he later finds out, which, this is crazy. You know why I say it's so realistic? Because I've seen this happen before. I've seen it. People hiring detectives, for infidelity detectives, right? It happened. I mean, it's close to my heart because my own uncle and aunt had this situation. I mean, it's got to feel shitty, right? Like, but it's almost like, you kind of feel like, of course this is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, what, gonna trust people, quote unquote? Like, it's really weird, right? So anyway, very interesting, I thought. But what's also brilliant is that, and I never noticed this too, but Charlene does show, like, I think the greatest act of, she actually loves this man, the Van Kilmer, is when, but before I say that, I want to say this. Characters defined by what they want, but they develop in the story by the choices they make. And then that's really important. They have to make hard choices. Like, the choices you make is interesting enough. It brings greater definition or even change or something. Okay? But without facing these situations where they make difficult choices, the story falls flat, right? And so, and it has to look legit, right? So basically, the cops are kind of forcing her to make a hard choice. You either, because we got you for assisting a criminal. If you help us catch him, you and your child are scot-free. If you don't, well, you go to jail. Your child's gonna go into like orphanage and all that, and the system and shit, and he'll be fucked for life. Well, they terrorize her like that, and that's a hard choice. She's basically has to choose between her child, and the man who gave her that child. Kind of, right? In a way. You either protect the man who gave that child or the child itself. But then she takes the gamble, right? Like, she does that hand wave to Van Kilmer, who's like happy as a puppy to see her again. And he understands immediately. And there's that tense moment where the cop goes, "Yeah, I don't believe that wasn't him," right? And then he calls. There's a big sigh of relief when, Van Kilmer successfully fools the authorities that it's not him. But basically what it was she was willing to take the risk of losing everything to protect the man that, and knowing that they might never be able to see each other again, maybe, I don't know. But it was a very good moment, and it was portrayed very well by the emotions on her face, on Van Kilmer's face. It's real. It's so real. It's like people, like, you think that might happen to people maybe in a very extreme situation in real life, because we know she expresses many times how much she cares about, she will jump from man to man if only just for the security of her children. That's what a woman does, right? And but there's a moment of, I'll risk my own child just to save you. And that's, to me, like, I often wondered to the girl, like, hypothetical, if I accidentally killed someone, would you lie to the cops for me? I mean, like, It's a stupid question. It may seem like that, but you choose me or you choose society is the question, basically. And, they might choose society. It's fine. But then I know something about this person. If you know what I mean. I think, that's why, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Well, that's Charlene. Then there's Edie. Edie is great too, I think. It is De Niro's girlfriend, right? And becomes his weak point, I guess you could say, right? See, in the whole movie, they always portray, if you want to target a man, extort him, target his woman. Because, as they say, in the lingo, she's got him by the balls, right? I guess cops will see relationships quite differently in that way, but Edie is also great too. I mean, younger, innocent. The scene where they meet at a cafe, I love it because she's trying to reach out to Neil, a bit lonely, and Neil's hostile. Like, what the fuck? Why you? Because he's a criminal, of course. But then I love it. Like she seems so hurt by his rejection, and then Neil sees that and feels sorry. I think reaches out to her and says, I'm sorry. I didn't. And then I'm Neil, and then basically, it's so I don't know. It's so good. I felt real, believable, I would say. And but then there are scenes that I noticed now that I didn't understand before because I'm not a woman, but now I think I do understand a little bit. The realization from Edie that this guy she's dating, is a fucking criminal who was involved in the whole shooting. How that shakes her to the core, and how she has to come to grips with it. It's not easy for her, right? You see the struggle within her, holy fuck, who the fuck has that? Is he going to kill me? Is he going to kill me now that this guy has been shooting people left and right? How much power does this guy have over me, right? And she's just will you let me go? And she's doubting it when he says yes, you can see the terror, right? And she feels like she would feel like she can't escape anymore because this guy will hunt her down or something. I don't know. And then but then Neil tries to convince her that it's all behind me now. We're gonna head for a new life with all this money and shit. And she says, she finally agrees, I guess. He said, what did he say to win her heart over? He said, there's no point in me going anywhere if it's going to be alone. But more importantly, you're free to walk. See, he had to let go of her, basically, first. Give her the choice. The power of being with me or without me, I give to you. You see, he offered her the power, basically. I'm not... And he had to speak with it in a kind of an honest tone, obviously. If it looked like it was manipulative, like he was trying to control her, then she wouldn't believe it, right? But it looks like Neil's kind of breaking down a bit, showing a moment of weakness, saying, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And at that point, I think she becomes believable because he's not sure. He's thinking about it himself. And then he confesses his love for her, in that way, saying, I don't want to be alone in this. I want you to be with me. Very touching. I'm sure a woman would love to hear that. And meaning that he wants her that much. But at the same time, saying that you're free to go if you don't want to come with me. And that's why she turns around and says, okay. And then, he accepts her. She accepts him with her expression, body, everything, even though she's still fearful. And then, but the twist that's really good, is that Neil can't let go of that guy Waingro, the guy who betrayed him, who fucked up his entire bank robbery, got his crew, part of his crew killed. That was his fatal flaw, I guess they wanted to say. His weakness was that he just couldn't let that fucking thing go. It's brilliant. He could have got away. His whole out was set. He could have gotten away with this woman, lived the life he was working so hard for all these years. But no, He couldn't let that guy go. Had to go in a hotel and kill him, right? And you know, the police were waiting, and then it was crazy because he's trying to convince the woman it's okay, it's just a quick thing I had to deal with, right? And then like she looks at her hand and it's shaking, you know. That was brilliant, man. I mean, I never noticed that before, but like, you know, I would be shaking too. Like, yo, the guy told me he wouldn't, but he is, isn't he, right? And then the alarm bells are ringing and all that shit, and now she knows, okay, it's fucked now. It's all fucked, you know. It's all it's over, basically, you know. Guy can't escape who he is, kind of a thing. And then, perhaps the entire movie, or the theme of it summed up by Al Pacino telling what looks like to be, you know, soon to be his ex-wife, I don't know, maybe, that, you know, all I am is what I want. And he tells the girl, the wife he's with, you're not what I'm looking for. I'm not what you're looking for. Oh man, I mean, this is such heavy shit, isn't it? Like, I don't know, man. At the time when I watched, I didn't really think much about it, but like now is, that's some good shit, isn't it? But you know, then you go to Reddit and people say this whole movie's fucking overrated. What the fuck is this? I'm okay. I mean, like, everyone to each his own. And you know, these days I try to stay from Reddit because you don't know anymore. Because rage baiting has become a thing. I don't like rage baiting. It's dishonest, manipulative, an expression of intellectual dominance over the other person. And you know they're laughing very cowardly when they read the reactions to it. It is, in essence, a very strange way to feel like you're in power. How could it not? The way you deal with rage bait, if you want to be against rage bait, is to let it have 0 views. That person will be supremely disappointed. I know I would. I mean, I come up with this fucking clever rage bait, and you know what? Even people who come in and say, haha, nice try, you know, I've seen better rage bait. Well, that's a reply. That's a response. He still wins. You'll be like, congrats for recognizing it's a rage bait, but you still replied. The worst nightmare of a rage baiter is he writes a rage bait post and it goes through the fucking forums unnoticed. I kid you not. If you're a rage baiter, you come up with this fucking... The pretense must be, okay, I write shit honestly and I don't get any attention. Well, how the fuck do I get... Okay, I come up with like tabloid shit that gets people's, you know, the eyes are moving across the screen, looking at the titles really quick. How do I get people to react? Because I want the attention. I'll manipulate them. Because they're fools, these people who come to the forums. So I'm going to write the most clever shit in the title. Not even, I may not even think this way. Just, I know that's what you want to go against. They write it in the forums, expecting you to react. And when you do react, that's when he gets off, right? That's where they get off. They get really happy. Doesn't matter what you say. They don't even care. Their target is the reply count. And yeah, that's why because Reddit is not really it is a good source of information sometimes. It is. You might read some Discord. There might be some signal within the noise, so to speak. But by and large, because people are farming karma, comment count, reply, I don't know what the fuck it is, currency of the Reddit, whatever it might be. You can't take anything seriously anymore, which is sad, because the internet wasn't like that before. You didn't have to exercise that other part of your brain called the bullshit detector all the time, all the goddamn time. Like, I did think at once the internet was the place to escape the bullshit. And then you get, no, the bullshit just comes on the internet anyway. The one thing I can say about whatever I do in the stream, and is like, yeah, we have a golf clap for this, but I never want to bullshit people. I think it's the worst, like, I don't know. I hate it. And that I would never do it to someone else. Because it's a sign of manipulation. First, the person assumes superiority over you first. when they bullshit you, because they think they're smarter than you. Otherwise they don't think they would work, right? They either think you're dumb, or they think they're smarter than you, because otherwise why would they even attempt to bullshit to you, right? And then they have the how do I put it, the lack of morals to go ahead with it. So I don't know what to say about this, right? And there is a bit of a pushback now, you know. The so some guy I was looking to this too, right? I have a problem with echo cancellation, where like it does sound unpleasant, or like sometimes I don't like it too when I hear it. It's like I'm watching a video, I captured the audio, and it echoes because I don't use headphones. And so some people are saying, okay, is there an echo canceller in OBS? So, you know, maybe because OBS would know what audio is going through these speakers, and by that information they could cancel it out in the mic. It doesn't seem like there is, but typical in Reddit forum, if you ask that, is there echo canceling? Here comes the karma farm. Use headphones. I mean, yeah. And like I'm complicit too, right? Because I'm just basically I'm acknowledging the rage bait here too, right? No matter what they do, they get attention, whether directly or by complaining about it, like I am. It's crazy how they win. It's a win-win for them, no matter what, right? As attention is the only real currency these days, isn't it? It's crazy. But yeah. Which is why, like, how do you put this? Why do I like One Mana Left so much? As far as I can tell, he has never misrepresented himself in anything. Unlike people like Rutu, and to some degree Jungron. I don't know, Jungron's a bit of like, the guy knows his shit, obviously. They all know their shit. It's just, they all know their shit in PoE. The only difference is, how much of the 4D chess are they playing? Yeah? How much do you have to exercise your own bullshit detector when you're watching their videos to know what's up? And with One Mana Left, I can relax. You see? I can listen to him. I trust him. Now you might say this is a ploy to get you to believe him, but I don't see any motivation for that. I mean, that's his thing. I mean, that's his selling point, is that he is brutally honest in what he is doing, what his builds do. And I can't believe he gets called out for being like dishonest. Like, oh man, like, you know. So and the reason why I make that claim about him is because, well, it's just, you know, track record, isn't it? So but I got off tangent there about the movie Heat. The scene between, in a diner, the famous one, you know, De Niro and Al Pacino, it reminds me of that other scene in Equalizer when Denzel Washington meets up with the bad guy. You know, they're both very memorable. And like I said, like, if you want a good game, a good story, you gotta put equal amount of effort into the so-called anti-hero or the bad guy than you do with the good guy. In fact, you might even do the other way around. You overemphasize the villain and you let the player define the hero. It makes more sense that way to me, you know. If you over-define the hero, like in this game, the player feels like an outsider controlling existing entities, right? Which is why a role-playing game, in essence, I believe, is that you get to define the characters that are in the game. So like you are the person in the game. It brings out, I guess, a certain commitment level, like, from the player, right? It was where you can customize a face, or you customize this or that, name the character. And but the villains, you don't get to pick that. That's the game designer's choice. And like, look, when I come down Tell me, what is this thing in front of me? Like, there's one big guy, I get it, and it got the balloon, but like, yeah, whatever. Why? You know, just because, right? Which is why, like, people shit on the story of PoE all the time, but no, I mean, that's why Act 1's so good. What is it? It frames that you're about to get hanged, and the character's like, you got to get hanged by whom? And don't they have a? They did have a. You know, it's been so long, I don't remember. When you start the game for the very, very first time, don't they have a bit of an introduction to who Count Geonor and the corruption and all that? I mean, when you fight Count Geonor, I think it's pretty obvious. And you fight the Executioner, too. Brilliant. The guy was about to chop off your head there. You know, you get to fight him as well. And who can forget, like, before you fight the Executioner, the motherfucker's, like, killing someone else, right? The other girl's screaming. Like, no, no, no. And then he just chops off the fucking head of someone else, right? And then now it's your turn. And, like, of course it makes the fight better, right? Can you imagine that fight? Actually, you just walk in, you just standing there with an axe waiting. Okay, fight start, go. Oh, I killed him one shot. I mean, what emotion is there from that kind of scene? There's nothing. Nothing, right? It's just an HP bar. But you put that whole introduction, the voice acting, the way he chops off the other guy's head, the way he jumps down to get it's your turn. Like, bring it on, right? I'm gonna kill you, right? You know, it's you versus me versus you. I don't know. It's, you know, that kind of setup is brilliant when you only notice it when it's not being done properly, I guess. So, you know. And I think they could have done a better job with Jom-Mun-Ra. I really do. I don't know what's wrong with Act 2 and most of Act 3. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just flat. It feels worse in Act 3, actually. Viper's not bad, though. Viper is a good boss. She's annoying. Because she punches Alba and says take her away. And like her motivations are very clear. Like, you will something about pay with every every drop of Val blood you have spilled. Something like that. You know, it's like, okay, fight's on, right? And it's good, the setup. I thought Doriani could be more sinister, though. He's a bit too cheerful. Like, he doesn't seem like a very dangerous person, Doriani. At least it's not expressed very well. Like, you see, okay, the way I think of it is, like, Doriani seems like a nice guy. And that's not how you want to put a villain, right? I mean, yeah. Is it the same speed? I'm gonna test this. Because people think, wait, hold on. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. One 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Yeah, it's the same speed. It's funny because it looks like you're walking slower, but it's the same speed, I think. It's just because he's bigger, that's all. A higher camera angle. Looks like he's walking, because he looks like he's trying to walk. That's why it looks like he's going slower, but I think it's, what's the test here? Something short and simple. I'll go from the edge of this rock to that rock. Count. One 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. So 3 seconds. One 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. It's the same speed. Okay. If there is a difference, it's so minimal, not significant, I think. So interesting. You can walk like this. There's no difference. I mean, you notice this in racing games, right? When you drive like a truck, same speed, but it looks like you're going slower. drive like a really low race car, looks like you're going faster, but it's the same speed. It's a visual like thing. Anyway, this is a lot faster, of course, when you're flying. It's hilariously fast. It's that thing, like when you look at airplanes in the sky, like, oh, they're going at 60 kilometers per hour, right? More like 800, but, it doesn't look that way from far away. It's a kind of illusion there. I didn't kill this guy. Oh, shit. Okay. Did I do all this thing for Mael? Did they change the game? 54. Medallum. Has the meta changed? Been away for so long. Could have changed by now. Oh man, they are attractive, these characters. They didn't change his skin, did they? I mean, the skin looks smoother than before, or is it just my eyes? Like, Verso looks more injured. The girls look like they have makeup on. I hope they didn't do this on purpose, because it was so great how they look. They had skin flaws before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the same way. But, that's one thing that Western guys get right, and Japanese don't. With their little anime characters. The anime characters are too perfect, they become unrealistic and unbelievable. Whereas, they would do the skin flaws very well in here to make it believable. Endless Tower. Which one did I not do? How slow can SKA fly? Slow. Very slow. Pick up speed? It doesn't change the animation, does it? Yeah, okay. Well, I can't take him on, can I? What do I have here? Maybe the Endless Tower. Anyway, in about 12 hours, 3.26 PoE will launch, and I'm very much looking forward to it. If anything, because it's an event, feels like you're part of something. In essence, it probably carries the same kind of feel as joining a marathon, except it's not a marathon, unless you want to race to the end, like, be first, then it is a marathon of who can sleep the least. But, it's great because you don't have to finish. Like, you can take your time. And there is a prize for being first, I would assume, huh? But,
C'est ici qu'elle peignait autrefois. Et qu'elle créait.
Oui.
Enfin un défi digne de ce nom.
can I access this thing? Yeah, okay. Upgrade attributes. Hey? Yeah. Okay. Good. What was the thing they said? They said, like, this was actually used as a test for the Star Wars. Like, when the new Star Wars movie came out, the one, this was ages ago, by the way, so it's ancient history. Some people are like, what do you mean new Star Wars movie? Holy shit, when I was growing up in the 80s, there was only 3, man. Okay, the original Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Alright, it's so fucking old now, no one cares about those movies anymore, but they were good movies because they actually had a good story behind them with good characters. And you're like, And then the new Star Wars came out, and it had all the lightsaber action, the double lightsabers, and all that shit. And you're like, why was that so fucking boring? And you're like, it had more action, it had more shooting, it had more everything. And then there's all these criticisms like, because they crammed too much shit on the screen and all that. But I think what really nailed it was, the test. You dig up the characters from the new Star Wars movie, and please describe, like, Natalie Portman, the princess, whatever. Who is she? What does she do? White paint? And all that. This is an old video. I mean, this is probably old news by now, but it's still interesting, right? As an example. You couldn't think of anything, just, you thought of the way they looked, right? Like, go back to the old movies of Star Wars, like Luke Skywalker. Okay, aspiring teenager, like Mael, okay? Hopes and dreams, wants to escape Tatooine. Everyone's been there once, right? As you're growing older, you want to go out and see the world. It's this itch inside of you that just comes out, right? Doesn't realize his full powers as a Jedi. Han Solo, shrewd businessman, deals with all kinds of scumbags. Scoundrel, as Princess Leia describes him. Handsome, a womanizer, most likely. Princess Leia, she's damsel in distress. People don't like that anymore, but she is. Portrayed as such. Obi-Wan Kenobi, please help me. But also strong-minded, very tough, and, capable of leading. That kind of thing. C-3PO, R2-D2, the comic relief. Chewbacca, probably comedic relief. Obi-Wan Kenobi, mentor. When I say these things, it's like it's easy to do this. Like it comes to my mind immediately, and the reason why the characters here are so good is like I'm not as good, but like Mael and Verso, Loon. Mael to me seems like it's actually no, it's not as easy. It is kind of about the way that, Loon would be very intelligent, diligent, methodical, scientific, like her parents, right? Verso is like being old, seen too much, tired, wants to bring it all to an end. Mael is basically, I don't know, I see the eyes, I see the story through her. It's probably why I pick her. Just aspiring, young, doesn't know what's going on really. Doesn't know like the power that she might have, who she is. Ciel, I don't know, like tragedy. Flirty. She's a bit of one of the weaker characters to me. I don't know, don't really. And then Mon Coco is basically I don't care, like I couldn't care less. And you of course have comedic relief with SKA. And yeah, I mean they're pretty good. Not like top tier, but they're pretty damn good. Verso, especially. Verso and Mael are the mains, right? Honestly, these two. For sure. One or the other. And the rest are like kind of the side cast, I would say. Why there's weird graphics around her now. Yeah. What's Perry again? What's Perry? Huh? Is it R2? No. I don't even know what Perry is. This is dodge? Isn't it R1? There, it's R1, it's R1, it's R1. Okay, got it. Okay. Sure. Oh, that's pretty easy. Yeah, this is where you get all the experience, huh? Triangle, right? I missed. Okay. Oh, they made the easy mode even easier, I think, in this one, right? and it's on easy right now. Oh man.
Okay.
It's not triangle? How do you do the oh, it's R2, it's R2, it's R2. It's R2, I got it. Okay. Okay. It's R2.
Finesse et précision.
No, they cleaned up the skin. I'm not crazy. The latest patch, they roughed up. Look at how much makeup Mael, Lune, and Ciel have. I swear to God, their skin smoothing. She had way more freckles. No. Yeah, I'm crazy. I don't know. They fucking modified the skin. Look, I mean, whatever. Did people ask for this? I don't even know. There's... Do I need new glasses? What the fuck's going on? Look, the women's faces are just lit more, like, beautifully. I don't like it one bit. But it doesn't matter. Okay, that's easy. It was too easy now. Now they changed. The easy mode is way too easy now. And that's not fun. Yeah, when you're totally invincible. Did they at least tone down the Expeditioner? I hope they did. Nah. Wait, how'd you shoot again? R1. No, what? Oh, yeah, L1, L1. That. That's right. No, okay. Just jump? Oh, I forgot all the controls here. Okay, limit the middle person.
On détruit leur bouclier.
Shit.
Prête à parer.
She's not dead?
La danse commence. On détruit leur bouclier.
So, Lies of P DLC, I had a achievement killing some stupid boss I don't even remember because it was first try, because it was on easy mode. And it said 0.1% of players have this achievement. It doesn't mean anything except for people tried it, bought it, tried it, didn't like it, stopped playing. That's how I felt about it. I wanted to stop playing. I wanted a refund. Do not buy Lies of P DLC. It is shit. I don't care what the Steam reviews say. It is. I want my money back. It's too late though. I want my money back. Fucking cash grab. I will always double check is that NeoWiz? No, NeoWiz is whoever the developer is. I will double and triple check the releases from going forward. Can't trust anymore. Then, like, there's gotta be all these people who get upset and go like, yeah, well, because you can't play the game. Listen, it's not about that. if the game sets the challenges and the story and the villains and everything to be really good, everyone's gonna play the game. Like, they can't help it. You know what I mean? The difficulty is almost like a who cares at this point. It's so easy to modify this one way or the other. It's just number adjustments, but what is very hard to do, what is extremely hard to do, is to convince players this is worth playing. It's very hard. That's so difficult, I think. The hardest thing, really. Seems that attention these days is probably more important than, is the most important currency, is people's attention. It is. I mean, you got it, you hold on to it, I guess. Or manipulate it, one way or the other, I don't know. So, anyway. I think. I don't know. This is 100%. This is a rhythm game, isn't it?
Ok. Ça t'a frappé fort.
I'm honest, yeah. But difficulty is set correctly, isn't it? Oh, I was doing the wrong skill. Stendhal. This is the one, isn't it? Oh, it did not kill him? I am so screwed. I'm dead. It's alright. How did it not kill him? Did something get nerfed? Feels that way.
Tu peux pas nous laisser maintenant.
Why am I back alive?
Ok.
What? What?
Ok.
Dead. It's funny how they don't stop attacking, eh? Nope. At this stage, it's either parry harder or check the build. Drivel. Called her Alicia, huh? Okay. Truth be told, listen, you've all seen the Alicia model in the game. If Mael, if you were forced to play the game as Alicia the whole way, with that model, the game would never take off. It's Mael's pretty face that is partially responsible for driving millions of sales. I kid you not. You think, oh, we talk all that beautiful shit about, like, rights for this, right? But I mean, like, look, just try it. I mean, you'll never know. I'm just telling you. Like, nothing wrong with that. I know. Now, what's wrong with the build? Goddamn Pictos, I bet, huh? Or they nerf something. Who knows? Painted power. Oh, man. When is... another hour. I don't know. Play a little bit more PoE after. The what am I missing? Glass cannon. They might have changed the game a little bit, huh? This may not be a bad idea. The whole time I was so scared that if I said shit like that, people would come in and, get argumentative or like leave hate comments, but I realized one thing. It was my lack of understanding of why they do that. Believe they only do that to get attention. But if the stream has 0 views, who the fuck are they getting attention from? Right? There you go. What am I scared of if you have zero people watching? Because it's strange to think that people who do that are seeking attention, but that is precisely what it is. Because the way you know that is if you remove the ability to get attention from what they say, would they still say it? It's the kind of the question. Then you understand the true nature of it. As I guess, maybe they're frustrated that they've tried to get a streamer's attention in many other ways and they never replied, and then they realize, well, what if I try to say something really like hateful or against the streamer's opinion, be like, get under his skin, and they realize of all the thousands of people rushing to write shit, the streamer picked my thing to pay attention to. But what was it? It was a hostile comment. I'll just keep doing that again and again. It makes sense to me. Like, that line of thinking makes absolute sense to me. You have to be a bit of an asshole to do this, but I think that's what it is. Because look, if I what would I do? If I hear a streamer say something and it's really off base or complete, like, what the fuck are you talking about? It has no merit. I just leave. I just don't bother. But if I was in a very angry or very combative mood and I wanted attention from the person, hell yeah, I would leave something like, the fuck you talking about, right? Etc., etc. But only if there's an audience around this whole thing reading and watching. If it's a zero liked, zero viewed opinion, why would you ever bother to stir the pot there, right? You'd pick another place that has more people watching, and maybe they'll notice your cleverness, kind of a thing, if that makes any sense. So, in essence, unless it's completely rubs them the wrong way, like, you just completely offended everything about what they're saying, what they think and believe in, I believe you could say all of them is just because they're seeking attention, is what it really is. Or they enjoy the power? It is power, after all, because you can imagine that behind the safety of your computer screen and a streamer who, it is courage to put yourself on camera, on the screen, no doubt. That you could visibly alter the way the streamer is reacting or feeling by typing things in the chat, and you have to face 0 consequences for your actions. That is some hell of a power, And I guess they're just kind of aware of it, and they want to use it to feel good, I suppose. Maybe they feel good. I don't know. I can't really get behind that thinking. Which is why I completely understand that streamer who always, whenever that happens, they drag out their entire Twitch history or YouTube, whatever. They look at, oh, you like this, do you? Like, they bring them up into the limelight, and they get scared and leave, usually. So it's very rogue, like, you know the rogue who got stealths, cheap shots, backstabs, kidney shots, and then, oh shit, the warrior's like gonna come after me. Okay, I'm running away and vanish. You know, it's like the whole dynamic is completely like the rogue in World of Warcraft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny, actually. That's what I did all the time too. Stealth, cheap shot. Slap him a couple of times. Kidney shot. Keep slapping him even more. Blind. Oh man. I mean, people who play like that, right? Versus the warriors, huh? Who just stand there like, come on, bring it at me. It's kind of funny, actually. Just come at me. I'm ready to take you on. Ah. Oh, fascinating, actually. That you could really model that kind of... I mean, for the longest time I just thought it was a game mechanic and not... It doesn't have any association with the real world, but it does. It does reflect on a person's personality. Like, if that kind of playstyle really appeals to you, what does that say about your true nature? And I'm like, okay, well, I really like the rogue in World of Warcraft, and the mage. I always like rogues and mages, so I never play warrior. Almost never. It's weird. It's like, what do you identify with in an RPG? I don't know. How interesting. What am I doing here? Did they nerf Stendhal yet again? Oh no, they didn't. It's just that they didn't nerf Stendhal. It was already nerfed. So I guess I just slap on roulette and hope for the best. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, wait, I put Lumina. Lumina. How do I give... Here. Lumina. Prodigy. Where the hell is that Lumina? I love that name. That's my L, isn't it? Prodigy. Child prodigy. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. You know, I know this is not like a, oh my god, did you just realize that? But like, for me, it kind of is. Because I never noticed it before. I mean, it's like, it's there, but it's in the subconscious, but like, in the movie, like, when, I think it's Natalie Portman, right, who plays the daughter, she tries to commit suicide. It's obviously a cry for attention. And then it's very important that, I mean, I was really moved, like, they understood, right? They said, like, she chose your place, not her dad's place. Meaning that the daughter wanted the attention that she was hurting from Al Pacino, because maybe she saw him as the actual father, or the one who would protect her. So, but during that whole time when, like, her mother's very distraught by the whole situation. Man, they took off all that makeup, huh? I mean, that makeup just came right the fuck off. Every wrinkle, flaw in the skin, just right there under harsh lighting, harsh lighting will do it, right? Harsh lighting will make your skin look like shit if you're, So, that's so real. I mean, doesn't everyone notice this? Like, the girl that's so pretty all the time, and all of a sudden, like, something happens bad. It's like, oh my god, their hair gets disheveled. They don't look that great anymore. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's their raw self, right? And that's what it is. It's like the raw, like, unpolished vulnerable, whatever. That's when, like, the two are actually being honest with each other, Al Pacino and whatever that her name is. They're actually being honest with each other for once, right? Kind of a thing. And yeah, all makeup off. And like makeup, strangely enough, has like a history going back to like the earliest of earliest civilizations. It is remarkable how deeply entrenched the desire to look appealing to the opposite sex. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. Like how far back that goes. Like how. Yeah. It's like through ancient times, it's so weird that nobody seems to be beautiful just the way they are. Kind of a feeling. You have to work at it. You have to hustle to look good. Right? Or someone put it, I think it was a woman who wrote this, they have to deprive their body of food to look attractive. I'm like, yeah, I guess on some level they do that, don't they? Insane. I mean, some don't. Blessed with fast metabolisms, but that always gets out of, that goes with age and everything. Anyway. The art for 53, I just noticed, is pretty cool. I don't quite get it. But, very interesting typeface. Like, the amount of work to design a font like that, as it is, it looks very custom. Like, as in someone actually wrote out, well, only 9 digits, huh? Not that bad. Too bad. I mean, like, wish I had a sister, who would share like some of the what goes on the other side, through their heads, because hard to figure that out when you can't use your own experience to relate, I guess. Anyway. How about this? Is this going too far? I would say that no man or woman, any pair on the planet, would really be in harmony if both acted completely relaxed as they were. There's too much difference in their natures. Some degree of deception, flattery, and I guess self-contortion is necessary. The only question is how much deception, flattery, and self-contortion is required. If you can keep that to a minimum, I think that's great. That's got to be a great blessing. But it'll never be aligned, will it? I mean, I don't see how it could be, right? Which is why, like, I hate these words like love or like happily ever after, these fucking things in children's storybooks. I don't know. I don't think they should ever do that. It's so misleading. I think the earlier the better. Just expose people to like what it really is. Fuck, man. Is there a big hit at the end? No. Okay. Okay.
Faut frapper fort.
I swear to God, it feels harder than it used to be. Just better kill him. It did not. I lost the roulette roll.
Ok.
Huh?
On a encore besoin de toi.
Wow. Timing that's pretty rough. That's nice. That's quite the hit. I think they fucked up the game. The easy mode's too easy. Normal mode's... Well, it's still normal mode, isn't it? No? Ah, no, I didn't mean to do that. Thought it was gonna be a... Yeah, it's gonna go right away. What? I need first attack. Where... I don't know where to get first attack anymore. I'm surprised I don't have it. Trial failed. What I've always wanted to do, though, is to make a character, just any character I wanted, 2D or 3D, animate them, code it, and have them walk through the world. I don't know why, it just feels like something I've always wanted to do this. Like, it's just, I have to do, I mean, I feel like I want to do this before eventually, but it's too hard. I feel like it's too much work. It feels like you're playing God at that point, huh? Hmm. Alright. I don't have first attack, really? I don't need a second chance. First attack is huge here. No. Oh, I do have first strike. What the hell? How the hell is it not even here? I don't need first. I don't need first. I need more AP on the first turn. Auto rush. Ah, here it is. Painted power. Is that learned already? Okay, I learned already. Okay. Any other AP on start? Okay. Oh, want that too. Oh, enough of this. Oh, drop that. Get this. Okay. Yes, Connie. What is it? Alright. Okay, Connie. First turn, please. Thank you. Still not enough? Kill one of these guys, please. Thank God. Okay, that's good enough for me. Oh, it's gonna be a big problem, this guy. Oh, it's a big problem. I'm short 1 AP to kill off the most dangerous guy on this. How am I short 1 AP? That's crazy. Is it 8 AP for... I forgot. Ah, it's 8. Fuck it. Oh my god. What? There's no other AP on turn start? Ah, there it is. What? No, I already have that, right? Yeah, I do. Ah, 1. Okay. Wait a second. My L? Have this. Start 1, start 2. Oh, I already had them, didn't I? Wait a second. Can't I just kill that guy? Double turn guy? Let's see here. I forgot already the order of this, the order of all this. Let's see. Yes, Connie, come here. Speaking of cats, put this on record. Ugh. The only time I ever made my mother laugh in my entire life, I tried. She never laughed. She always came up with a snarky remark. But I had a cat that was growing up. It would eat its food, and just one day, just out of just sheer cruelty and just sudden inspiration, I decided, what if I just shocked the shit out of him? Cause like the dinner table was so quiet, no one's talking, right? I hate that kind of atmosphere, by the way. When that happens, the sound of the cutlery, it like cuts deep. You hear all the fork and the chewing noises. Oh man, that shit's, it's horrible. Might as well eat alone in front of the computer, you know? But because the atmosphere was so drab like that, I decided, hey, spice it up a bit. So I slammed my foot as hard as I can on the kitchen tiles, shocking the shit out of that cat who was just munching his food. He jumps up, like the cat jumps up with 4 feet. And then he starts walking away from the food as if nothing happened. Hey, I ain't scared. It didn't scare me. He's like walking away so casually, like nothing happened. But then the food's like dripping from his mouth as he's walking away. So the funny part is just that the cat is so concerned with his own pride and not looking like something happened. But it's obvious he's disturbed because food's dripping out of his mouth. And my mom couldn't stop cracking up. My dad was completely appalled though. Like, why the hell would you do that to the cat? But my mother was like, this is fucking hilarious shit. Which then goes to show me what her true nature really was. she loved this kind of stuff. I mean, deep down inside, I don't know if she would admit it to herself or not, but if she laughed that hard, because she didn't just laugh, her face turned red from all the laughter. Like, she just couldn't stop laughing. You know that when you laugh so hard, people have tears in their eyes? They can't stop laughing. It's like infectious. It's infected them so hard. That's how hard she laughed at me displaying an act of cruelty to the cat. I mean, it's not that cruel. I mean, it's just it's a practical joke, you might say, but I felt proud, honestly. Finally, I get to her. I find her like weak spot or her sense of humor. But I'm not gonna do it every time. It will not be funny the second time. But weird how things are like that. Just saying. But what is also remarkable, my dad did not find that funny in the least bit. Like, it's not like he's not trying to, he's like, I think, because if you thought it was funny, that was the time to laugh, right? I mean, you don't have to try to laugh. Either it's a despicable act from a third party's point of view. So if you're going to laugh, it would be involuntary, and he didn't laugh. And he was just, why? Why do this? Couldn't understand. Like, he's just enjoying his food. So. But, I felt proud for making my mom laugh that way, because she never really laughed, She never laughed at all. Except for cynical jokes. And, or not cynical jokes, but cynical comments. And a cynical laugh. But, on that one, she really laughed. I've never seen her laugh to the point of tears. And that was the only moment in my, I don't know how many years, 20 years, right? That I ever noticed that, holy shit. She finally laughed. But I had to torture the cat to do it. In another world, she'd be the wife of a dictator, and she'd have a lot of fun torturing people. I kid you not. I could totally see this. It's in her genes, so to speak. Like, how like you see those movies where like people are doing cruel things to people, and they just laugh at the way like the victim's wiggling and stuff, and like, oh, that's so horrible. But is it? Because if it is, why are you like understanding it? Because a part of you is kind of understanding it. Of course, you're a decent enough person to not approve of it. But why is it in a movie? Because we all kind of understand it in some way inside, right? It's just our affinity to it is just the variance there. But I could totally see my mother, and maybe even myself, honestly, given that kind of power over someone else, to just laugh. It's funny. Because I remember also, like, I was disturbed at this. There was a PC game called Carmageddon. Nobody remembers this shit, but it was very violent for its time. I swear to God, it's so twisted. It's an ancient PC game. It brings back memories of me using an ATI video card with a TV out. Like playing on your TV back then was quite the feat because the TV was interlaced. It was a different video output format. So, and I was playing on a TV, and the premise of the game is you drive a car and you go around, and I kid you not, your goal is to ram as many people as possible, splattering them on your windshield. The more guts, the better. You get combo points for killing 3 pedestrians in a row. And I'm laughing because I'm internally laughing as I'm saying this. But why is it funny? It's not funny. If you see it in the real world, it's not funny. So why is it so funny in the video game world? Isn't it equally as abhorrent? But it's not. Some motherfucker made the game, released it, and made money off of it because it is appealing to a base desire we cannot acknowledge. Because if you did, you're a scumbag. But the guy made money off acknowledging it, having the guts to say, I don't give a shit what you think of me, I'm making this game and releasing it, and hey, people play it behind their computer screens, right? And it was funny. It wasn't very fun though. It didn't last for long, the entertainment value, but it was there. Carmageddon. And you'd kill like women, babies, all that shit. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no one in the safe zone, so to speak. Like, Game of Thrones puts Sam Frodo in the safe, not Frodo, Sam in the safe zone. There's no one in the safe zone in that game. You just kill everyone and everybody. Just whatever you want, man. And you get points for it too. You get rewarded. You get... In another world, it could be... In this age of AI and shit, it could be used as a social experiment to weed out the... As you might say, the fucked up ones. Back then, there's no monitoring tech so intense like that. Is that bad? It's bad. How's my HP so low? Holy shit. Fuck now.
Je peux y arriver.
I chicken out. There's no winning play from here. I can't run away. Game disapproves of my conversation so much it doesn't let me control my character anymore. How do I run away? How do I reload? Ah, there we go. Here we go. Carmageddon. You think about it too, right? So many games have a lot of violence, gore, shooting people, blowing their fucking heads off, gunshots, heads popping open. I mean, girls don't like that so much, you know? But as a guy, it's innately satisfying to point the gun at someone's head and blow their fucking heads off. It is. Headshot, right? Even you hear the voices, headshot. From the earliest days of Mortal Kombat, such gratuitous violence. Johnny Cage punching people in the balls and then rejoicing afterwards or whatever. There's a sadistic side to every male instinct that just wants to see the other party suffer. Like, by their power, so to speak. You know? It's satisfying. And perhaps, like, when you see when I saw the Equalizer, you know, doesn't it mean, like, I wish I could do that in real life? I think so. Maybe. You know? Maybe. It's like, deep down inside, I wish I could just, at will, if I don't like someone, I could just terminate them on a whim. But of course, there's a law waiting for you. There's a question of whether you can in the first place, and which is a much bigger problem usually. It doesn't mean the desire doesn't exist. It's just repressed. That's all. It's funny because it's almost like the feeling that I have is it's so repressed. Sometimes I think people are training themselves with that and they're looking for the bad guy. Like, there may not even be bad guys out there to do this to. It's just they can't wait to do it. You know what I mean? They'll fish for the bad guy to enact that violence, you know? Which is why video games is a great thing for peace, I think. Because you can let go of this desire and harm nobody but pixels, right? I imagine. Was that a roulette roll that went wrong? Please, roll right, please. There it is. The one shot. Or the so-called cowardly way to win.
C'était l'une de ses premières créations.
Where's the temple thing? Anyway. Because, you know, think of the alternative. If we hated violence as we say we do, video games with blood would be very low sales. Like, the investors would be suing the company. Why the fuck did you put blood in our game? Seriously, you're fired, designer. You're fired. You're out. And eventually, if we all abhorred violence as we say we do, there would be no blood left in video games at all, and everyone would be dancing to Hello Kitties and peacefully. You know, we make friends. Let's have all the games make friends online. Do nothing but hug each other. How fun is that? Is that fun? I don't think that's fun. That's weird. You know what I mean? It's strange. It doesn't sound fun. I can't explain it. Like, you know. Yeah. So, and I think like video games are fantastic. They're an outlet for things. Otherwise, you might carry those things into real world, into real life, you know? Where there could be actual consequences that are not good. So, it's kind of like a, how do you put it? Video games are like like the saying said, much more eloquently, nothing epic ever happens in my real life, so I choose gaming. That is the truth, summed up beautifully. You know? Oh. What the hell? Okay, doesn't matter. I just wait for roulette roll. Send off.
Une danse de feu.
Oh, fucking god. Pourquoi? Fucking RNG. I surrender. Just end my life, please.
Dansons.
To be fair, I think I don't need not to be fair, but I don't need roulette anymore. It chopped off half his life, so what am I doing here? What? Okay. Why am I using roulette? I don't need it anymore. Where's roulette? Goodbye. Any other source of damage? Damage? Is there like low life damage here? I don't have Death's Door. I do have Death's Door, right? Okay, I don't have Death's Door, but I have Death's Door. I know I have Death's Door. So what I'm gonna do? First strike is learned. Okay. Death's Door. It's here somewhere. Isn't it? Death Bomb. Eh? Ah, Death's Door. There it is. 50% more. Oh wait, but that's a bad idea. Okay, how about Cheater? That's me, Cheater. Cheating, interesting enough, is what a word, huh? Cheat. Wait, what? Okay, play first strike. Alright.
Finesse et grâce.
Oh yeah. Do not need roulette. And I get next turn. Fuck yeah. Alright, Mezzo Forte. Here we go. Gotta pair this shit. Alright. Flurry on, I don't know, this guy.
Finesse et précision.
There you go. And I get another turn. C'est magnifique. Parry. Two. What? That timing is brutal. What? You're kidding me. Yeah, you're gone now. Oh, wrong fucking ability. Oh, no. I have to go all over again. Got a fucking shield. Okay, thank God. Please die. Oh, please die. I'm not dying. Clutch. Clutch. Very clutch. Now he's dead. Alright, there we go. Oh, also a thing I want to bring out. Why do they always show criminals watching sports? Tell me this. It's not just me. Rounders, Malkovich, end scene. He's watching soccer as he gets beaten by Matt Damon. Soccer. What is this movie? Equalizer, right? Russian guy who's, you know, the pimp in the second floor, watching sports, TV on sports. Like, they're always doing this. I don't know why. In the hideout of every fucking criminal, they're watching some sports. Soccer, usually. Is soccer a criminal's, like... I don't know. Maybe it's because criminal activity and sports are kind of very similar. And that they're both striving to... I don't know. But, oh, yeah. In Heat, at least. Van Zant, is that his name? He's watching hockey before he gets shot. Or just that men like sports, I don't know. Who knows, I'm overthinking it. But like they said, everything in the movie is deliberately chosen. Because it's a blank slate. Nothing happens by accident. Every scene, every object, everything in a set is usually very meticulously chosen by the set designers to communicate the character or what they're after or who they are, or and there's all these little hints that we all process instantly in the subconscious level. So it is deliberate for sure. Like, you know, if the criminals guy, if the guy was watching cartoons, you're like, what? Does he have a kid? Is your first thought, right? But they're watching sports. So, right? And if he doesn't have a kid, he's watching cartoons, this guy's fucking sick. Like, he's fucked up in the head or something. Like, who as a criminal at the age of 50 is watching Bugs Bunny, right? Nobody. So, it is deliberate, of course. But, you know, it could be... Does he have to be watching sports? I guess no better choice, huh? What would you pick instead of sports? What do you watch on TV? I can't think of anything. Only exception is American Psycho. Bateman's watching porn on TV. So, it's the only exception I can think of. Anyway. Good weapons. Oh, no, don't do this. What the fuck? Why does it default to this guy? Anyway. Oh, come on. I guess because gambling and sports often go hand in hand, huh? Oh, you could say there's a dark side to sports? Probably. Yeah, there is. So... Hey? Who's first? That dude's gotta be first, right? This guy's gotta be first.
Une danse de feu. Faisons couler l'encre.
And who's next? Is there a third guy in here? Ah. Oh well.
Je suis prête.
That's nice. Je suis prêt. Next.
Sur moi.
What did I just do? What? The fuck? Whatever. Oh, it's a flying dude? Oh, he's dead anyway. Why is that so easy? I don't understand. For people who claim this is a skill-based game, I don't know, man. It can be, but I would just say it's not you. It's just a build. Just... There's only a handful of games that present what they call a legitimate challenge. Like, it's really, like, actually hard for your ability to play a game, like, in real time. I mean, that's Souls-likes. I mean, there's, of course, a lot of other ones, but, I mean... In terms of, like, popular games, I would say. I think. So what I don't get is, like, I have seen some people, like girls, who actually like Souls-like games, or even Path of Exile. I mean, that's really weird to me. I don't know what's going on in their heads. Like, what the hell, right? It doesn't make sense. That master. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? You one-shot this guy too? Please tell me you just one-shot, please. Thank god, okay. I kind of forgot, is 2 million a big number or not? Because it all depends on the game sometimes, huh? So... Oh my god, I'm so screwed. Whatever. How do I get into, Oh my god, I'm so screwed. Shoot again. Not so screwed, okay. 1v1 now. Okay, this is fine.
Sur moi.
Like, I don't mean, like, girls who play it because the guy they're with is playing it. That's different. They just do that because they want the guy to like them. I mean, like, girls who actually play it because they like it. I mean, like, that's gotta be really weird. Doesn't make sense. Because the base emotions these kind of games appeal to are, I believe, they're very masculine in nature. Like, I remember, like, they were saying about, like, the toys that kids need when they're young. Like guys always do the dinosaurs thing or like, but what they said about that was like they need a place where they can exercise some form of power without having so much consequence. Like just basically like a play zone where like, you know, like people like Lego and stuff when they're kids, right? Like building your own world or something. They need that as a sphere of control that they can call their own. It's very important apparently for their development and their brain. And that's why toys are important for that. And like, don't girls always go for nurturing stuff, like take care of a doll or... And I remember Tamagotchi. Oh my god, Tamagotchi, ne? Oh, this fucking toy. You're fucking joking. In high school, it was a goddamn fad. I don't know who invented this crap, but sorry, I just don't like it. And it's like, what was it? It was like this stupid like monochrome display. This device that presented you with like a cute little Tamagotchi, whatever it is, okay? And you have to feed it, clean up its poop. It would like alert you every once in a while, like, uh-oh, it pooped, you gotta clean it up. If you don't do it, it gets unhappy. I'm like, why would you ever pay money to have that done to you? Like, don't you want to get rid of that in your life? That's my sentiment, honestly. And people are actually enjoying this. Guys, too. And I was not sure, are you guys doing this just because you want to get with a girl? Like, you're doing this because that's what she's doing and you want a common topic to talk about? I couldn't figure it out. But, oh, that was a horrible... Maybe Pokemon Go was like one of the better fads out there that was more gender balanced. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, I can see how that would appeal to women, honestly, that kind of thing. But, ugh. I mean, I like cats, not because I need to clean up their poop, but because they look cute and they meow and make purring sounds, which is very, you know, meowing is annoying, but purring is very soothing. It's very soothing. When a cat purrs, you know, I read a report, who knows if this is true or not, but it's been shown that like, the sound or the hertz of a cat purring actually triggers healing, I don't know, like hormones or whatever, your brain to like, in humans, to heal. Which is, I don't know, like, is that true? Because that's goddamn incredible if it is. I know I really like the sound of a cat purring. It's so nice, you know? And there's a certain mystery to the whole thing. They do it when they're hurt, but they also do it when they're happy. And like, the meow, though, is never a good sign, if you ask me. The meow is basically they're in distress. They want something. They're not happy with something. It's like, yo, motherfucker, is what the meow means, right? Whereas purring is more like, yo, I'm happy, man. I'm really happy with you. I'm comfortable. I feel good. That's what it means. And then the hiss, which is only occasionally, is like, you better stop it, man. I'm gonna claw your fucking like hand out or something. That's about it for cat language for me. But yeah.
Faisons couler l'encre.
Whoa, they all have shields? This fucking screws everything up, man.
Finesse et précision. Faisons couler l'encre.
This is so annoying. Is it? It is. I need to stay in virtuos mode.
Dansons.
Shields down. He's down. only 336? I'm overkilling by a long shot here, aren't I? I am overkilling by a long shot. Okay.
Faisons couler l'encre. Ok.
Oh, I got
Je
stunned.
vais y arriver.
It's okay. It's okay. Just die, please. Oh, shit. Very close here. Thank God. Okay. Alrighty. I do believe. I think this moment always stood up to me, eh? Like I remember, as a guy, my neighbor. He was a stand-up guy, isn't he? I mean, you know, he's good looking and all that, and he ended up working for a big financial company. I remember, making quite a big, you know, a good salary and everything. And then but he was so obsessed with like my situation, which was like I had passive income that was good enough to not really work, and he wanted that so badly. He was like, you know, then I said, I don't understand, because from where I'm standing, it looks like you have a really good like job and everything. And he goes, yeah, it is a good job, but at the end of the day, you still have to deal with a boss. And I'm like, is that so bad? And I thought about it really hard. I'm like, all I'm looking at is the nice parking lot, the location downtown, the view of the office. I mean, the view of the, you know, downtown. You know, and what I'm not looking at is you still have to follow someone else's orders, you know, and I can see a little bit how that's like being your own boss, right? It is very appealing, truthfully. It's freedom. And yeah, hard to put a monetary value on that, is it? So, just to feel all the money in the world, but to be a slave may not be so great. I'm dead from that. How's that a counterattack if I didn't touch him? I didn't touch him. He counterattacks anything that happens? I don't get it. I don't get it. My mistake is I'm overkilling shit in this. I don't need Stendhal. Fleuret will do.
Couler l'encre.
This one will do. Oh no, it doesn't do? It does not do.
En garde.
Reload. Do I have enough AP to 6? No. No, I have to eliminate that guy first. Okay. This guy's go first, for sure.
Une danse de feu.
Will this kill someone first? Not even close. I need to stand on each person. Oh, that's not good.
Prête à parer. Ok.
Silence. Can't use abilities.
Ok.
Anyway. What is it, Cuddy? Come here. Come here. What do you want? Come here. Meow. Come here. Anyway. Silence. Wonderful. Ah, wrong target. What the hell?
Je vais bien.
Hmm. White. Dead. Alright, that's enough of this. Oh! 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 PoE time. Yo. Let's do it. Okay. One sec. Alright. Ending stream. Oh my god, people came to watch? People commented? Alright, Hendrik. You said, I mean, villains being sympathetic creates more compelling stories, no? Yes, it does. I think a good villain makes for a fantastic story. And in video games especially, I feel, you know, I don't want them to be too, I don't want to feel sympathetic. You know, there's a word, sympathetic and empathetic are different things, right? Sympathy means you feel sorry for them, and empathy means you just understand how they feel. I think what they want is empathy, right? They want you to understand that why the villain is doing what they're doing makes them so much more real, and then makes it even more like, it's not good to be fighting a guy you don't even want to kill, right? So, like Count Geonor, I don't know, it's a different game, I'm sorry. You know, in this game, Expedition 33 is like what? Like the Paintress, I don't know, like, you know, you can kind of understand what they're doing. I don't know if I wanted to kill her or not, right? So I felt conflicted when I was fighting her. I didn't really want to kill her, so to speak. But like in a game like Path of Exile 2, the Geonor, Count Geonor, like that's an evil character that's doing bad things, but you can understand why, kind of. And you still want to kill him though. That makes the fight really great. So, and Exloro says, hi. Did you end up getting the very first mime at all? What are you talking about, the game here in Expedition 33? What is the first? You mean the, what is it? You mean the the mini boss kind of character that puts up the shield with his hands. I think you're talking about the forest zone at the very first part of the game? Maybe? And I never killed him, no. But I think are you saying that they dropped something that's very useful? Because I have no clue. But anyway, I want to play PoE 2 with a buddy. And as I say this, more people are coming to watch. I don't know. I have zero interesting content for Expedition 33 anymore. I don't play it anymore. I just want to check out the new patch. And I'm just here just because it's a chill game. You know, people use it as a way to talk about shit. That's what I do. It's self-therapy. So yeah. Thank you. Bye.